Hi, Mark Reedy here. Quickly wanted to go over how to install and set up the TATEMS reminder software. So after you've downloaded the file, double click to open the file and start the setup process. If you see this warning message, just click yes to allow it. And click OK there. And click on the setup button. And then click Next. Agree to the license terms. Click Next, 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 Next. And just wait for it to finish here. And once that finishes, just click Close. And then go ahead and click on the icon over here that gets created called TATEMS Reminders. And the first screen you'll see is you have to choose your data path. So you can get your data path from TATEMS if you don't know where it is. You can open up TATEMS. And once TATEMS is open, you're going to click on Tools and Networking, and you'll see where the data file is. So I could just copy this path here and close that, and then just paste it in, and then I could click Link Now, or if I know where it is, I can click on the path button right here. It'll bring up a dialog and allow me to link up to the path of where TATEMS database file is, the backend data file. So I'm going to paste in the one that we had that was in TATEMS. I'm going to click Link Now. Okay, so it didn't seem to like that path. So let me go back over here and try linking to this one. Okay, and that worked. So let me go back in here and let's go to link database. Let's paste this path in again. And looks like we have that entire path. Let's see if that path is valid over here. Okay, that looks good. Let me click Link Now. Okay, that worked. So let's go ahead and exit this, and we'll just start TATEMS up again and make sure that we're staying linked. You can see here the link to path to the DT drive here at the bottom, and so that's going off onto a network drive. I'm going to exit that, and I'm going to open TATEMS Reminders up again and make sure we're still linked up to that data path. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click on the email setup. So when you click on that, you get a warning message that the auto send feature is going to be disabled while you're in that setup mode. So I'm going to say yes, and now I'm going to just I'm going to delete the email account that's in there now. So we'll just go ahead and delete that out of there, because you're going to have a default email account in there. You can delete that out. And then we're going to add our own email information in there. So I'm using a Gmail account. So let me go ahead and type that in here. Okay, so for Gmail, the server is smtp.gmail.com. I put my SMTP, the Gmail login name, which is the email address, the password for Gmail, and then the SMTP email is the the reply to email, the email address if somebody was going to reply, or they're going to see who it's coming from. So this could be a different email address than what we have here, just depending on how you want to set it up or display it. And then over here is the SMTP port. So I'm choosing 587, which is what Google recommends, and then I'm enabling secure, so it's SSL. So that's selected. If you wanted to choose a different one, we have 25, which is the most standard one that's not secured usually. 465 and 587. If you wanted to use a different port altogether, click on Other SMTP port, and then just type in the port number that it is. So we're going to use 587. We're marking off that this is required in order to log in to this particular server, and the name and the password are both required. If you have an internal like Exchange server, these things might not be required, so you can uncheck those if those are not required, and then the system will not test using that required information. All right, and so let's go ahead and save that first so that you see it here in the list. And you could add multiple senders, all right, if you wanted to. So let me test that. And it says the settings test was successful, so we're going to click OK. And now we're going to go over to the Recipients tab, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this one out of here. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and put in a new recipient that we want to send the particular reminders segment to. So let me pause this for a second while I add that. Okay, so here I can choose to filter this list by customer, location, department area, or equipment type. Once I've chosen one of those, then I would choose the sub for whatever is in your TATEMS database. So whatever the filtering is going to be. I'm going to choose Show All. So I'm not going to filter by a specific thing. But if you needed to filter certain information, like for a specific customer, for example, that you wanted to send reminders to for their equipment, then you could set this up so that only their equipment would go to that particular customer. All right, or even a department or area. You know, either way, customer, department, area, or equipment types. And then we're going to select a couple of reminders to send. So we've got inspection reminders, which are like the 90-day or 365-day inspection, however you set it up for user-defined inspections, comes from us as 90-day inspections. The pending work orders reminders, that's just going to send all the pending work orders. The parts inventory reminders is when parts are getting low, that's going to show you the parts that are getting low. And then the driver reminders is for CDL or physicals. The repairs needed reminders, obviously that's repairs needed. Permits and inspections, that's from the Permits and Inspections tab in TATEMS. And then the taxes and registrations, that comes under the Equipment Summary tab. You'll see where it's taxes and registrations. And then the loop service reminders. So you can pick and choose which ones you want to send. For this particular demonstration, I will go ahead and send the loop service reminders. And we're going to set it up to go daily, every day. No, we're just going to go weekdays. And we're going to set it up for, we'll say, 8 a.m. So every day at 8 a.m., an email will be sent. And as long as this computer is running and you've left the TATEMS reminders running down on the tray down here, then this email will go out on that particular schedule. And then so let me save this. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and choose a send now and let that go out. And we can see that the reminder has been sent. And now I can add another one if I want to. Just click add here. And then I would just do the same thing. Another person, another email. Or it could be the same person, same email, but different reminders on different days. So however you want to set it up, it's completely flexible in that way. All right, so that's how you set up the emails and the recipients. And once we click close, it lets us know that it's going to resume the automatic sending of emails. So I'm going to click OK there. And now a couple of items on here is the send email first. I'll go to this one, and it's going to disable the auto send while we look at that. And in here you can manually send an email of specific work order tabs to any recipient. So you just put in the recipient's email address up here like you would a regular email. So and then just type in whatever the message is. You know, these are the pending work orders for today, and then you click this little checkbox down here to send that particular set of reminders in this email. If I wanted to send other reminders in this email, it would just stack them in the same email. I'd click there to add in the driver reminders, for example, and you know, permits and inspections, whatever I wanted to add up to this particular email. Or I could even filter in this email as well by specific filters, and then I just choose send, and that will send those work orders. You can see we get a confirmation here. Click OK, and then we're going to close that out, and it lets us know the auto send is about to resume. So that's that. And then the edit how soon to be notified. This is just like in the TATEMS software. Underneath the reminders pop up how soon you're going to be notified in advance for before something is due, before it starts showing up in the reminder screen. So comes from us as 1,000 miles before it's due, or 1,000 kilometers, however you're tracking your odometer readings. Well, this particular database, I can see it's pulling from the database 50 hours before it's due, or 30 days before it's due. So if you need to change those to be notified either any earlier or as early, you would put in, you know, change that to 10 days before, or 10 hours before it's due, and 10 days before something's due, and maybe 500 miles before something is due. And you click OK there, and then if we click refresh, that would change the list here, because it would usually this is a fairly old database, so all this stuff is due. If we go up here to taxes and registrations, it might change. We got 2014 here, next registration, so these are all past due. All right, so the other thing is we've got the linked database, and then the hide to tray. Instead of clicking exit to close this, you'll click hide to tray, and that puts it down here in the Windows system tray, and you can see it here. And to open it back up, you can just right click and go to reminders and then show reminders, and that'll bring it up again so that you can do whatever you want with it. And then you can just look at the reminders at any time, and just filter them, and just look at the tabs if you're just interested in seeing what is currently outstanding. And you can always click on refresh to make sure you have the most current updated data. Alright, and that's it. Hopefully this is helpful for you. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Take care.